For today's cup of coffee,
I
have a topic that Kid is already pondering.
Well, I'm not just pondering that. It's other things too.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
Lots of things. I found out I had sort of kind of heard of this a few weeks back. I didn't know, because a lot of times I'm in my own little nerd world, which is totally different than a world where a lot of other people apparently exist. And this thing about the Stanley thermos mugs, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is a thing, and highly disturbing. And so I do remember months back, Kid showing me a TikTok or whatever that this lady's car had burned. And what survived was one of these Stanley thermos mugs.
And at the time, I had no idea that it was this big thing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a sturdy mug. That's a reliable... That's a reliable thermos.
It's just like, well, yeah. Now, me personally, I have been aware of Stanley thermoses for many, many years. Because that was the thing. If you had to go work, you wanted one of those thermoses because they were awesome. And they had the little, cup that you screwed off at the top. You drank your coffee. The rest of your coffee would stay hot as you did whatever it was. Because some thermoses would have like a glass liner in them, and you had to be really careful because then that would break.
Right.
Which I've had that happen to me before too, and that sucks.
Drinking glass shards?
Well, no, I mean, you don't even have to. You just pick it up and you can hear the shards rattling inside, and it's like, well, hell.
Damn.
But as far as this is one of the best examples of how damned easy it is to brainwash people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be a little bit harder. I mean, it's always been there. But, and as far as these advertising agencies, they get big bucks to know human psychology and how to manipulate it.
They do. They do.
Advertisers have been doing that since there has been advertising.
Isn't it horrifying?
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's easier now than ever because they have these invisible allies. It's not just watching a commercial, as far as print, I think for the most part that is like gone.
Newspapers are still around.
Well, with everybody reading things online now, as far as books, that's totally different. But like magazines, if you try, and the price of magazines these days is just ridiculous.
But there's still some magazines that I still would like to get.
But 99% of a magazine these days, ads.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm flipping through my old magazines, some that you got me, like, for example, High Fructose, Hot Doll, or something like that.
Yeah, but those were specific art. They weren't like just a regular magazine.
Yeah, but they still had articles in them about this artists and stuff like that. So...
But we're talking like some of these, and
like
magazines, all this shit primarily is targeted at women.
Like the Star.
The Star was a tabloid. Is that what you're talking about?
Was that?
We're talking about like Cosmopolitan back in the day, Vogue.
Oh yes,
all
Vogue.
This shit is there at the checkout counter of the supermarket.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, those type of magazines.
Mm-hmm. And even then, 9/10 of it was social engineering, manipulation, and bullshit.
There's ads everywhere now.
And so, absolutely, I mean, that's
You
even
can't
as far
escape
as
them.
right, right.
Which that's almost a dystopia.
Oh yeah,
Dystopian future.
and it's
there.
just like even on YouTube, you know, some of these things they're not just ads.
No.
They're infomercials.
Yeah.
You can get suckered in to listen to, I mean, watch a 5 or a 10-minute video and it's got a 30-minute infomercial in there. Always research these products. Always.
Though their ads during the night, like from 12 a.m. to about like 5 a.m., their ads are weird.
Are they? Do they have some? Now,
yes.
If it is a good ad.
Pee-pee.
What?
There's a commercial for a plush named Pee-pee.
Lovely. Of course there is. Of course
and it was this weird, derpy-looking Furby knockoff thing. And it's an old one.
Wasn't that what it was? The hamster in Invader Zim that he had modified? It was giant pee-pee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because potty humor, people never get over it. I mean, it just, yeah. But I always research some of these products because I actually had got suckered into watching one of the infomercials about, it was a natural remedies book. I mean, I've got like 20 of them for real.
Uh-huh.
When I got to researching this, some of the people, the main criticism was that it had inaccurate information. Now, when you're screwing around with plants, you can get yourself poisoned.
Yeah. But there's certain companies that don't care. They just want the money.
Well, and that was just like, it was horrifying the other day, was being told about one of these apps that is supposed to identify plants, edible plants.
Uh-huh.
And this gentleman, the app had misidentified a mushroom. And dude damn near died.
I'd say.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with those.
No. But we have, it's like always, people, you got to think for yourselves these days. Think for yourselves.
That's why I'm like, at the beginning of the earth, when people had to scramble, when people started to scramble and try to figure out what to eat and what to not, how'd they figure that out? Did they just watch others die and just be like,
don't
okay,
eat that?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's trial and error, and it's just, it's where you get into natural selection, and there are warning signs on some plants and different things like that, and you really have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to have sources that have been around for a while. And it can be very terrifying.
Like, isn't there quite a few mushrooms that look like other mushrooms?
Oh, hell yes.
But they're...
Yes, the gill pattern on the underside is different. Mm-hmm. And I think it's what BB was talking about the other day, that there was this one that looks identical to one that is edible, except that the spores have a different color. It's like, no, I'm not going to go foraging on stuff like that. I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah, no, there's certain mushrooms that we ain't supposed to eat anyway.
Right.
So if it looks like another thing that's poisonous, I'm less likely to eat it.
Yes, absolutely. It's just like mushrooms or something. If you don't know what you're doing, you dead.
Chicken of the woods. That's always obvious.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, it's like the morel mushrooms and stuff that I've never actually. I think I have seen one. I think I saw one at store once. But they are very distinctive and they are very sought after.
Mm-hmm. They're
if somebody was smart, what they would do is find some, dig them up, bring them home, and breed them.
Some are trying to do that.
Grow them.
Some are trying to do that already.
Well, that's good. But that's a smart thing.
It still ain't bringing the price down, though.
Well, that's because it is more of it's like truffles, which is a fungus. It's a type of mushroom that grows underground, and they use hogs to root them out. Or they used to.
I wonder
I can live without it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and some of these things, because they are rarities, we can understand why that they're priced higher and different things like that.
I was really upset to find out that red mushroom with the white spots on it, you can't eat those.
No, don't eat those. No. If you don't know what it is, don't eat that. Yeah. But the freaky thing about these damn 40-ounce Stanley thermos mugs.
Yeah.
People have gone absolutely batshit crazy over those things. I mean, we're talking standing in line for hours. It's like the Cabbage Patch thing back in the day.
Yeah. It's exactly like that.
And what makes it so much more insidious is that you've got these influencers. Mm-hmm. If you can't think for yourself and you finding somebody else to tell you what to think, you got a problem to begin with. And
you do.
So it was just nuts, and that you had these small children. That one kid, dude had shown an example that this kid, her family, as a joke, she's what, but 10 to 12, somewhere through there.
Yeah.
And that they had got her a Yeti brand tumbler. Mm-hmm. Now, Yeti makes good products. We've got some of their stuff, and it's good stuff.
They do. I like Yeti.
And the kid had basically almost cried. First of all, that's a child that's spoiled.
Yes. That is very much a child that's spoiled.
For her to have that much of a disappointed attitude because of whatever.
Tumblers aren't even for children.
Not
ones like that.
And I had read a story the other day that this one child, her family couldn't afford $45. $45 for a damn insulated mug.
Right.
That's trendy. You're paying $45 for a trend. To be part of the crowd. Well, I don't belong in the crowd. But anyhow, this one child, because her family couldn't afford the thing or whatever, and they had got her one that was a different type of tumbler, and that she got bullied. She took the damn thing to school and she got bullied. Mm-hmm. Now, we got a severe problem going on here.
Yes, but it's always sort of been like that. If you don't got whatever product because you can't afford it, your family can't afford it, therefore you are viewed as inferior.
I would rather be able to think for myself, and then these other people can't think for their own. They can think whatever the fuck they want to about me.
Right. That's kind of like fashion trends. People trying to follow fashion trends.
Victims.
Yeah, Living Dead doll line. Mm-hmm. Fashion victims. Mm-hmm. That's what
But I did find...
It's just astounding. It's like, why don't you find your own style? Why don't you find what you like? Fuck everybody else.
Yeah. Be strong enough to be yourself.
Right.
But it is amazing me how damned easy it is to brainwash people. It's incredible. Yeah. And that they call it dark persuasion. Mm-hmm.
Which is an insidious way of putting it. It sounds insidious.
It does sound insidious.
I would rather the term brainwashing than...
It's the same thing. There's certain keywords in marketing.
Despicable.
There's certain to look for, because I have written commercials. But I actually did ethical commercials because I'm me. If somebody had a good product, you tell people, hey, got a good product. These good people, go get you something to eat at this diner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like, that was like when I did the review of that one brand of coffee.
And they never responded back to
I told the truth. And the thing is, you know what? Since then, they've been having and I'm not happy this happened at all. I don't wish ill will on any business.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been having problems. Got an email from the company the other day. I mean, it was just general mass email. And I'm sorry they're struggling. But maybe if they had listened, because if you're advertising a product that is supposed to be one way and somebody tries it and they're like, yeah, no, then go back and try to fix it. That'll change what you're saying about it.
Right.
But I did find a research paper that I will include in the description box there. And they're talking. This person was Donatella
Versace.
Morazzetti, something like that. And the paper is entitled "Brainwashing by Social Media." Now, they're putting a different spin on it, but it's all basically the same thing. It's talking about as far as the risk-reward parts, how the brain works. You've got that neuroplasticity. If you have a positive experience, that means that you're going to usually repeat whatever it was that produced the positive again. You're going to have the avoidance of the negative, But they do talk about social media in this. Yeah.
What are they saying, though?
That right now, the way it is that we're set up, that people would very easily accept a dictator.
You know what? That is sad.
It's true.
I really hate to agree with that, but like you said, it's really true.
Because if you've got a trend about a damn thermos mug, you gotta have.
Fuck no. You don't gotta have. It's not a need.
And we're seeing people get caught up in other shit because somebody said something. This is why do not let your children have these damn devices.
Yep.
Sit there with them. Limit it. That goes for adults too.
Adults, you need to be an example for those children. You need to get off of those phones and actually take time to spend time with those children.
Yeah. But now, this researcher used a quote by Buddha, which is brilliant. And it says, believe nothing just because a so-called wise person said it. Believe nothing just because a belief is generally held. Believe nothing just because someone else believes it. Believe only what you yourself test and judge to be true.
Yes.
If it's a trend these days, oh hell, run the other way. Don't walk, run.
Literally.
But I was just amazed. Horrified, but amazed.
I literally was watching that. As we were watching that, being like, as you said earlier, Cabbage Patch Kid frenzy. And then Black Friday frenzies and such like that. It's really like, this is insane. For a Tumblr, that's not even cute.
Well, now the brilliancy of this was a marketing gentleman, I don't remember his name, I need to go search for it, that used to own Crocs.
Yeah, and he made them popular again.
And it had gone from, Stanley had made like $750 million or whatever it was last year. And then since he started working for them and he switched who this product is being targeted at, instead of your usual, working person out here needing an actual thermos, switched it to marketing towards women. $750 million in a year.
God.
Because it was trendy. And these people admitted that the damn things leak. If you tip them over, they leak.
Well, yeah, you can see that by the way they're designed. They're designed like any other typical tumbler that you can get with that style lid and straw. Yeah, it's going to leak.
I mean,
have we not used Yeti? Have we not used any other? Y'all that go to Walmart, have y'all not used any of those down there?
Now, that one brand, and I don't even know what the hell brand it was right now, but it is really good because it will keep ice for hours. It will keep coffee for hours.
Yeah.
It works.
And there's one with like this little flip thing, and it seals it shut, and it's pretty tight.
And what was worse were these people that didn't understand if you've got something that's got one of those reusable straws, that you still have to take that thing out and wash it every now and then. They acted amazed that they've had some mildew going on.
Yeah, the lids, certain pieces of the lids. Yeah, you got to do maintenance on that shit.
But it was crazy.
How have people devolved to this point?
Right. And like I said,
I'm only 25 and I'm saying that. I'm not even 25 yet. 24.
You've got a couple of months left.
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
So, yeah.
I'm like, what the
scary
fuck
shit
is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is what happens when you had somebody that saw the long, had a long range goal. And little by little by little. The problem is, all right, we've got a problem. How do we fix it?
Right. That's a good question. How do we fix this?
Well, first of all, is parents need to go back to being parents. Not, to where they actually have rules and boundaries, and they teach their children and are involved with their children and are not letting whoever social media fly-by-night bullshit going on. Yeah, no. Parent your own kids. Think for yourself.
Yep.
Read, research. Go back and read some of these people from thousands of years ago. Yeah. We read stuff from thousands of years ago daily.
We do.
Yeah. Final thoughts on this kid.
It's stupidity.
Yeah.
It's
mass stupidity.
Mass stupidity and hysteria over a damn tumbler.
Is there a difference between mass stupidity and mass hysteria?
Yes. Well, sort of. Stupid people are easily controlled, so they get panicked more easily when shit goes awry.
I guess one leads to the other.
Yeah. This is just...
Jesus help us all, and I truly
Marketing Brainwashing 101. And it's really eye-opening to see people just, gush over the most stupid of products. Like, sure, it may be a good product, but there is no reason to literally mass flood the targets for a cup with one little heart right next to the logo. That ain't cute. It's not even cute or worth it.
Well, it's like...
How do you justify that sort of hype over a product like that?
Well, it's not just the hype. I think on a deeper level, it is not only a control issue, but it is a fear issue. And that maybe the things that have happened in our world over the past few years, that people are so afraid to go against the herd or to go outside of the herd because they're afraid that they will, this is primal shit. Because the herd meant safety. But how everything is going right now, the herd will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Real fast.
It's dangerous. It's just perilous times. Prayers. All the time, prayers. So what was your final thoughts on it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and that girl that had the wall of tumblers.
A status that she had that much expendable income to spend on something. some stupid shit like that.
See, I can understand to an extent, like with dolls, you can at least say, yeah, there was some genuine artistry behind the thought of this doll.
A thing only has the value that an individual,
but
gives to that thing.
Right. But to still get that hyped up over an object, I don't understand that, because I don't know. Personally, the thing that I'm going to be hyped up most of all is when God gets here. Like, that's been something I want and praying for a while. And so, like, that's the only thing that's hyping me up at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely hyping me up at the moment.
So if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, let us know what your thoughts are. If you were aware of this thermos thing, put it in the comments.
Tell me y'all haven't been part of it. Please tell me y'all haven't been part of it.
That or if you have and you're now embarrassed, it's all right. I believe in privacy.
Hey, there's been shit I've been hyped up about too, but it's okay.
Send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email address is there in the description box.
Yeah, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
And I want to say a very special welcome to one of the most creative screen names that I have heard in a long time and just amused the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Welcome and ahoy to Athole.
Athole.
Welcome and loved.
Athole.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It sounds like one of those you're talking like a character from South Park.
Exactly. It was brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Know that you're loved. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.